Good morning, Eastern Oregon, and welcome to this April 20th version of AM Live on EOA, your connection to Eastern Oregon. How are you, man?
Morning. Doing well.
And
First Friday.
first Friday, and we're on Roku, and I'm telling you, I'm feeling it today. Uh, I've had a I've had a whole week of Mondays, so uh, no, but I'm coming to you from home today because I had a full knee replacement on Monday, and so I'm hobbling around and doing okay. But it's I don't think that I've had. I mean, you've had extensive surgery like that before, where it took weeks and weeks
Mm-hmm.
to recover, and I've never. I've had surgeries before, but nothing like this. So
No. The good thing about the knee though is the advancements are so far you're walking on it the same day. You don't have to
no,
use crutches.
no, it's crazy. It was like, I mean, yeah, 2 or 3 hours out of surgery. The PT guys are there and physical therapy people, and they're wanting me to get down the hallway. So yeah, had it. Dr. Olson did it up at Grand Ron Hospital. Had a really good experience. Really appreciated them and what they did, and so on and so forth. So, but yeah,
On the
glad to,
mend.
glad to be done with it. So
On the mend.
yeah, what do you want
Great.
to do?
Rock
Sports?
and roll.
All right.
Didn't have a show on Tuesday, so let's talk about this past weekend. It was a busy weekend in LeGrand for sports. First off, LHS baseball on, I believe it was on Thursday. No, it was Friday. It was Friday. Friday night, they got revenge against Fruitland. Their only loss of the year was the first game of the year, and they beat Fruitland at home. So now this LeGrand high school baseball team has not lost to an Oregon school in the last 2 years. Their only loss last year was to an Arizona school, or no, to a Colorado school in Arizona, and their only loss this year so far is to an Idaho school. And so, and they're still not even number one in the OSAA rankings. It's just it's dumb, but it doesn't matter. EOU softball got the weekend sweep of Northwest University this weekend. They're rolling right now. EOU baseball, on the other hand, not so good. They dropped all four to LCSC at home down at Optimist. Um, the baseball team, it's just going to take a couple years. I mean, we got a new coach. We're trying to rebuild it after a rebuild. It's really weird. It's a weird situation, but I have a lot of faith in them. Both the EOU baseball and softball teams travel to Corbin this weekend for doubleheaders on Friday and Saturday for softball, Saturday, Sunday for baseball. The EOU women's, the softball team, they're number 24 in the nation, like I said, and they're sitting right in the middle of the CCC. They're number 4 in the toughest conference in America. They're in a great spot heading into the CCC tournament. We'll look for them to make some noise there. EOU has a new program called Walk for Life, and Benny put out a little video about it the other day, and I had one of the seniors, she's a soccer player, Darby McDevitt, she stopped by and talked to me a little bit about it. Here it is.
Yeah, so the Health and Human Performance Department at EOU kind of wanted us to start a walking program in the brand new field house. So that's kind of what I'm here to talk about today. It's going to be held Tuesdays and Thursdays starting this Tuesday on April 18th. It's from 6 to 8 a.m. in the new field house on G Street on campus. Free for anyone in the community. There's going to be free coffee there. It's going to be super cool. Kind of get everyone socializing, talking, and learning about why walking is so good for you and why you should do it.
Yeah. What? So that was this last week. They started that this Tuesday, and it's going to go for the next 6 weeks. So if you don't have anything going on from 6 to 8 in the morning, go up, check out the new field house, drink some free coffee, and hang out with people and kind of mingle and walk at the same time. Get some exercise. The Doug Trice Memorial Golf Tournament is Saturday, May 6th. It's $100 per person or $400 per team. We're going to have it catered by Island City Market. This is year 3, And the big thing about this golf tournament is it supplies local senior athletes at LeGrand and in the outlying schools with scholarships. It's a great cause. So if you want to golf or if you want to sponsor it, get a hold of me or Dana out at Buffalo Peak. EOU had 3 CCC athletes of the week this week. Not only was EOU softball pitcher Kaylee Hoskins pitcher of the week again, she set the single season record for strikeouts in a season for an EOU pitcher this past weekend. But we also had Michelle Herbis and Maggie Ledbetter as the field and track athletes of the week this week. They've both been it before. They're both local from Union, which is really cool. I mean, and Maggie's been CCC Field Athlete of the Week, I think 4 times this year, and she's going to make some waves at the national meet come here at the end of May. So we'll keep an eye on Maggie, man. She might win a national championship this year. LHS baseball and softball, back to them. They have their biggest games of the year this Friday coming up over in Pendleton. They're going to go over the mountain, and I mean, the Pendleton softball team and the Pendleton baseball team are both ranked right with LeGrand. I mean, depending upon what poll you're looking at, I don't pay attention to the OSAA polls. So I'm saying in baseball, LeGrand's 1, Pendleton's 3. And in softball, they're 2 and 3. Pendleton, LeGrand, or 1 and 2, depending upon how you look at it in the state. So huge games on Friday over in Pendleton for our Tiger boys and girls. It's going to be, I mean, that's season defining, really. This past Saturday, I had a really busy weekend. I was in a lot of places. This past Saturday, LHS senior athlete Owen Rinker signed his letter of intent to play soccer and continue his academic career at the College of Idaho. That was a cool little thing that they did at a local ice cream shop here in town. There was a lot of people there. This coming Tuesday, 3:15, LHS Gymnasium, Delia Golzo, who's a LeGrand High School wrestler, is going to commit to wrestle for the EOU women's wrestling team. So that's going to be cool as well. That's about all I got for sports. That was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, it was a busy weekend. I mean, there was games. There was baseball at home, softball at home. LHS baseball. There was a signing. There's just a lot of stuff going on.
Well, very cool. Well, while I'm thinking about it, Valley Insurance Downtown LeGrand is one of our new sponsors for the AM show that's coming on, and appreciate them jumping in with us. They were doing the weather before with Gabe for the last several months, and since Gabe is not doing weather, they're over here to the AM show. And probably the most significant thing is they purchased the Umpqua building downtown. It's been a whole bunch of banks over the courses of several years, but they've moved into that space, and that's a really, really cool space for them downtown. So, nice. Yeah. And then weather. So today, it's supposed to get up to 50 degrees. It's a little chilly right now, though, isn't it? And so
my car was frozen.
Yeah, it was. I admit I haven't been outside. I've just been hibernating. I totally underestimated how uncomfortable this was going to be. I thought
really?
Yeah.
Oh, you thought you were just going to sail through it?
Well, I mean, I still do. I have work I was going to do and the whole 9 yards. But you don't consider that one is you're on drugs. And so,
yeah, just pop those things and sleep. Who cares?
Yeah. So you can't, but then the other thing, I've been having trouble sleeping. I couldn't get it right, find a place that, the position just right to where my knee didn't hurt so badly. And so, yeah. So, but on the same hand, if I turn on the TV and watch some Netflix or something, I can't stay awake to watch the show. So it's been
you're dozing off because of the pain pills.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
you pop enough of those pain pills, you'll sleep for a while.
Yeah. And then there's this schedule of different medications because they alter here and there, and very funny. So I got to tell you a funny experience. So for for this knee surgery, they do a spinal block. So it's not typical anesthesia where they intubate
They don't knock
you.
you out.
No.
Oh.
And so, well, they knock you out. You're not awake, but so they wheel me into the OR and I'm still fully awake. And they have you crunch forward and the anesthesiologist, shoots some stuff, some deadening stuff into your spinal cord. So you don't feel anything. But the weird thing was so I am totally numb. Everything is numb from the waist down, but it's also paralyzing. So you can't move. I mean, that was the freaky thing. And so, yeah, it was. So at that point, I just said, okay, you can go ahead and put me to sleep the rest of the day.
I don't want to be awake. No.
Yeah, it made me sympathize for, people who have some kind of spinal injury and all of a sudden they can't feel. It'd be awful. So
that would be really bad.
Yeah.
You'd almost hope that you were just born like that and didn't know what it felt like to, like if you were blind per se.
Right.
Like you'd just hope you were born blind, or you know what I mean? Like, could you imagine just being blind now after being able to see everything?
No, it'd be awful.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah, to lose your sight or your hearing or whatever it might be, to lose it after you've had it. Yeah, would be really awful. So anyhow, but doing good, doing fine. And then I'm walking with a walker. I feel way older than what I am. It's just been one of those things. So, but
TJ says your goatee's looking good. Good morning, TJ. It's trying to make you look about 7 months younger.
That's what. Yeah, it was funny. I told the kids that. One of them, Michaela said, "You look younger, Dad," and I said, "Yeah, Kyle said, Doddsy said I look 6 months younger."
I gave you 7 months there.
They got a kick out of that. So, yeah.
You got to take the jabs where I can get them.
Absolutely. So, well, cool. Well, we're going to have Wally Waller is going to be here with us in just a minute, and we're going to be talking about the LeGrand Rotary Cleanup Day this weekend. And so we will be back right after this.
Eastern Oregon is full of
I did that on accident.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to load that reel for the cooking show, and I hit the wrong square.
Well, that's all right. We're here. Hey, Wally, how are you?
Can you hear my voice?
We can hear your voice,
This
and
is
you sound good.
Very
So,
close up. Nice.
You got to center
Okay.
center yourself in the frame a little bit, though. You're good.
Cool.
We didn't have a chance to preview your appearance, but
No. That was thanks to me.
yeah. So so Wally, this was our routine clear during COVID. We did this over and over again virtually. So
Right.
Yeah. So how are you this morning, man?
Man, I am doing fantastic, and I wanted to talk about your sponsor, Valley Insurance, real quick, if I may.
Yeah.
They take care of some of my insurance, and I'll tell you what, that experience was really easy. I just basically called up our friend Joel, and he put me right with the right person, because there's a bunch of different things in insurance, and they do some property and casualty, which is your car and your home and your, different things, guns and jewelry and things. But they also do a lot of healthcare, life and health and Medicare. And I'll tell you what, the system, because I just got their new building when I started there, or started using them, and they were very professional, asked a lot of really great questions. And it really was kind of a powerful moment for us. And because your insurance agent is kind of the person who kind of keeps an eye on your risk and things that you're exposed to, weather and other people. And Joel and his team over there really did a great job.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and
Well, let's add in. They do a lot for the community too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A lot. They sponsor a lot of different events, athletics. I mean, yeah, Joel's out and about. He's an avid EOU volleyball fan.
Mm.
See him at a lot of volleyball games.
well, and that business has been around for a long time too. I mean, and so it's been really. So my father-in-law started Valley Realty, okay, and at the same
Okay.
time he had a friend. This is in '66 or '67. He had a friend that started Valley Insurance, and so they were kind of partners together, and so on and so forth. And so that business has maintained itself really well. So there's a lot of depth there also,
Mhm.
which is they've been here a while. They're not going to go away. So
Right. Well, and that's the consistency, you know, and as an independent agent shop, right? They're not like captivated, which there are advantages to both kinds of shops, of insurance shops. But what it means is he gets to kind of shop, like, you know, do the shopping for you and kind of put, you know, that you get your information. I'm trying to do the little screen here. Get your
Yeah.
information and then submit that to a bunch of insurance companies, which I thought
Yep.
was pretty cool.
yeah, they can be competitive.
For sure. And you know, they were just really professional. I just, you know, they just came up and I was like, they're really rad. So I thought we'd talk about them. But
Well, thank you.
yeah.
You.
Well,
Yeah.
before we dive into what Le Grand Rotary was doing this weekend, I had some experiences with some EOU athletes in the last couple of days that I wanted to brag about.
Okay, do it.
Okay. There's the ODOT does a safety fair for kindergarten all the way to third grade and for this year, and they basically bus kids in to you know, just have some safety presentations, and it was fantastic. It was a great way of executing. But what EOU athletes did is they would show up and they would be mascots. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they would greet the kids and they were so excited. Like they were waving and high-fiving and it's really important, you know, because you kind of get the kids excited about some safety lessons. And they were just all really quality people. Like, you know, they were all athletes and you could tell because, you know, they were taller and in great shape or whatever, but they were good people, which was really impressive.
I think that was the volleyball team.
It was volleyball, softball, and basketball.
Oh, okay. All women's?
No, there were a couple boys on the basketball.
Was there? Yeah, I saw volleyball girls post some stuff on social media about it. So, but that's just normal. So when you talk about good people, that's just a normal thing. That's normal. I mean, that's the norm at EOU for athletes. I'm serious. Right. The culture is just so good. It's crazy. Like you, if you were new in it, you'd be dumbfounded at how good these kids are that these coaches are bringing in. There's no tolerance for anything less than that.
Right.
Well,
I've met some college athletes in my life, and these young men and women are exceptional.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. No doubt.
Well, and that makes a difference. You know, the education goes far beyond this period of time in their lives also, because you know, those people clearly they already are who they are, but you know, this formulation, I mean, they're going to be good people the rest of their lives. I mean, they're going to contribute to society wherever it is that they land and whatever it is they do. So
yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Agreed.
So, well, so we did a little. Let me play this little video, and it kind of sums up the Rotary thing, and then we'll launch after that. It's kind of weird because it's going to cover you, Wally. Sorry, but we'll get it. Yeah. There we go.
Nice. That's jazzy music too. I was jamming.
Yeah.
Sounded like I was on an elevator somewhere.
Yeah. That was Benny's choice. He pulled that together. Yeah. Benny has no idea what's going to get thrown at him when he walks in the door. Like, oh yeah. Yeah. can you do this and can you have it done in an hour? So,
Right.
yeah, but no, I guess the highlights that we just want to be sure. So it's this Saturday, starts at 8:30, and all of the volunteers are going to be meeting at the senior center parking lot.
Right.
Yeah. And
Well, I'm going to see if I can get some donuts, and we'll like see if we can get some folks to come out a little early. So I'll be out there a little early because I got to, I guess, do some passing out of the personal protective equipment. I think that's what I was voluntold to do. And so, yeah, and then I will be at Les Schwab, I believe, throughout the course of the day, throwing tires.
So yeah, and so then that's the other. So then we're meeting at 8:30, and then there's going to be a group of volunteers that are going to clean up the highway. They're going to clean up the highway on McAllister from Cove to Highway 30. So where the Mormon church is at the intersection of McAllister and Cove. Is that what I think that is. And
Yeah. The corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then, I think they're going to they're going to start picking up trash all down, from Island City all the way also. But that's where most of the trash is happening, because people are taking their stuff to the dump, and that's when it falls out. And so there's going to be some folks that are going to be walking that area, cleaning stuff up, and then also on Highway 30 itself. Highway 30 is the road that goes to Union. So from about Bi-Mart or that area, or the gun store. What's the name of that gun store, Kyle?
Oregon Trail Trader.
Yeah.
From
Oregon Trail Trader. Yeah. Out to Flying J, picking up trash along those areas too. So, and then fill in the details, Wally, about the tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've settled on $3 for each to kind of help get rid of those. $6 if they're still on the rim because they got to take them off the rim.
Right.
But if you're, have tires that are just laying around, let's bring them down to Les Schwab this Saturday. Really between 8:30 and all day long. I'm guessing.
No, till noon.
Well, they won't do it after that, even if we're.
I don't know. I think they're wanting to keep them going during the morning.
Okay, we'll bring them down.
Probably because that's when the volunteers are will be peeling off at that point.
Do they not take tires any other time?
No, they do, but normally there's a cost. It's might be $7 just to take a tire.
So it's just a discount.
Yeah. Right.
Gotcha.
So, and I don't know about you, but I can never get it all synced up. We got a stack of tires and I can never get it figured out all at the same time, get the tires loaded, get rid of them. And so this is
BC, you had a washing machine in the back of your red truck for 6 months, and I had it for 3 days and got rid of that thing. Got $8 for it too and put it in the gas tank.
Oh, that's right. I had forgotten about that. Yeah.
Sold it to Jake out at B&K for $8.
Boom.
Upcycle.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, and also LeGrand Main Street is doing something similar for the downtown area. If you're interested, the bottom line is we need volunteers.
Yeah.
And we need people to plug in to do that. The Rotary Club is mostly older folks that are not as active as what they once were. So we just need support to do this. And what a great activity this is.
Folks ask me from time to time, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
And they see some things that are fantastic about our community, and they see some things that are struggling about it as well. And what can I do? And this is one of those little things that you can do where you get out and just kind of make the community a better space for everyone to live. And it goes a lot further than just picking up trash. There's a lot of folks that are going to be there that are going to plug into other things.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of coming out of really 6 months of winter, which we will talk about, real, But coming out of 6 months of winter, let's get outside. It should be what is the weather like on Saturday? That's a pretty interesting thing. Did we being able to plug into that springtime kind of weather and get out and about and get active and just kind of get moving again. This is what this kind of spring cleanup's all about. It's nice to see the LeGrand Rotary Club is just all over this. And so I really am excited about that. I'm also excited about the downtown folks and what they're doing. They do a really good job of keeping it clean, so like it's really just a matter of like some spit shine on some things. I think is going to be kind of awesome because our downtown is looking really good. Monica is doing a fantastic job. And so I'm kind of excited to see what happens this spring.
Yep.
It's supposed to rain Friday, rain Sunday, rain Monday, but it's not supposed to rain Saturday.
Ooh,
it's only going to be 53 degrees.
Thank you.
At the height of temperature.
Yeah.
The other thing, Wally, is how something like this can improve your mental health. If you're depressed, whatever the case might be, it's I get in a funk sometimes where I don't know if I'm depressed, but I'm just down. And then when you're down, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to do anything extra. You're crabby or whatever the case might be. And when you start mixing with other people or you have an opportunity that you're giving, it can change your whole perspective, Right.
It's one of the things you can do to affect your mood and others' moods. And, the whole just, being together as part of a community. It's that agreement that we make with each other to kind of, battle for each other's happiness.
Yeah.
And in this particular, space, we get to battle for each other's happiness and get to know each other. And hopefully, after a long winter, depression is a real thing. And, people who are perfectly healthy, get depressed, right? It's not a that just happens to other folks. It's all the folks get depressed from time to time, right? And 6 months of winter, it's pretty, that'll keep you from going outside for a while. So I think this is a great opportunity for fellowship, a great opportunity for getting to know each other. Iron sharpens irons is something I say all the time, but I think it's important that we we do what we can.
Good.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, Kyle, you want to get us out of here?
Sure. Are we already to that point?
Yeah, I think we are.
Awesome.
Yeah.
1611 on this day. The first known performance of Shakespeare's Macbeth at the Globe Theatre, London, recorded by Simon Frohman. 1611. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
1918 on this day, Manfred von Richthofen, a.k.a. the Red Baron, shoots down his 79th and 80th victims, marking his final victories before he dies the following day.
Wow.
1918. This is how little amount of stuff happened on this day. I had to add this in here. 1979 on this day, U.S. President Jimmy Carter is attacked by a swamp rabbit, which swam up his fishing boat in Plains, Georgia.
A swamp rabbit?
I don't even know what a swamp rabbit is.
I don't know either. Yeah.
Sounds like it doesn't sound very cuddly though.
Oh, no.
2020 on this day, price of U.S. oil turns negative for the first time in history. The benchmark for U.S. oil, which is West Texas Intermediate, falls as low as minus $37.63 a barrel, which is crazy. Negative, like. So if you own oil, like oil's worth negative money.
Yeah.
2020 again on this day, the last three cruise ships that were still afloat amid the COVID pandemic, the very beginning, finally came to port in Marseille, France, Barcelona, Spain, and Los Angeles, California. So there's three boats that just had to sit out in the ocean, when COVID first started. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in 2020, on this day, online streaming service Netflix suffers its first subscription loss in 10 years. And the crazy thing is Netflix is going to they're sending out their last CD December of this year. No more DVDs from Netflix.
Wow.
as of
Oh, wow.
December this year.
I'm surprised they were still doing it. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
they still do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be rare, right? Kind of like red boxes. Like
Right.
who uses the red box anymore? And that was even more advanced than Netflix. You know what I mean? You didn't have to deal with mail. You could just go to the Safeway and put your card in and pick a movie and bring it back 2 days later. And yeah, that's crazy. The number one movie in America on this day 10 years ago. Let me find a little picture for you real fast. Oblivion, Tom Cruise. So that was the number one movie in America 10 years ago on this day. And then the quote for the day: don't downgrade your dream just to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. Stuart Scott. Don't downgrade your dream just to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. Boom.
Wow.
Yep.
That's it.
Good stuff.
Let's go.
Oh, one more thing before
Yeah.
we go, too. I forgot to mention this Saturday at 11 is EOU Lacrosse Senior Day. It's their only home game of the year, too, the women's lacrosse team. They've had a really rough year. Get out there and show these ladies some support. There's some of them that have been here for all the time that EOU's had lacrosse, and they've weathered quite a storm. They've struggled. They have a new coach this year. It's their first year coaching lacrosse, and get out there and support these ladies. They're still athletes, and they're still trying hard. So I'll be there taking some pictures.
Good.
Yep.
So Alex put the link in the comments about the story, the Jimmy Carter rabbit incident.
What is a swamp rabbit? Did anybody figure that out?
I don't know.
I'm gonna Google it real fast so we can tell people.
Well, if
a
it's from the
swamp
south,
rabbit.
it was a gator.
The largest member of the rabbit family.
Okay.
Wow.
It just looks like a rabbit. It looks like a camouflage rabbit.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be like some mythical creature or something, like
a rainbow rabbit,
chupacabra or a
stealth
swamp
weapon.
monkey. Just reach up and grab you. It's got like human arms.
Chupacabra.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, thank you, Eastern Oregon. Don't forget this Saturday at 8:30 if you want to jump into the Rotary cleanup meet at the Senior Center at 8:30.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 8 a.m. EOU at the new field house. Go walk. It's free coffee.
Yeah.
Networking. It's indoor walking until the weather gets better. Yep.
Have you been in that yet? I'm sure you have. Yeah, I've not been in that.
It's nice in there. Yep.
Yeah.
See you on Tuesday.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Hey, thanks, Wally, for jumping in.
See you guys later.
All right. Bye.